Moving on to our next topic, we're going to talk a little bit about Zur and how he could be improved now. Now, my issue with Zur is that he's not exciting like he used to be. Like when he came to the tower, he had inventory that would kind of get you excited. It's a little bit exciting now if you haven't gotten the right drop, but
No Land Beyond was exciting? No, I'm sorry.
No, yeah. How could we make him better in year 2? Because right now he basically sells parts and he sells low light level gear. Like,
I'd like to see him change his wardrobe. For
so
starters.
I think he always sold those parts, but I think what is diminishing his value is that when you're loaded up on 3 of coin, he's not bringing the kind of exotics that are going to really draw your attention. And at that, they're at 10 points less in value.
Yeah.
I think that has, in some way, completely undermined Zur. Because the exotic
totally
game in Destiny Taken King has been improved so that everything's achievable, but then the guy who's coming in with the rare stuff isn't really bringing stuff that is, like, if he brought in exclusive wares that only Zur could bring, maybe that would reintroduce some excitement. But right now he's bringing in, Mask of the Third Man.
Legacy engrams for 31 strange coins?
He's also not selling
really
exotic shards, which is a problem because sometimes you do want to just grab or infuse an exotic weapon, and you can't do that because there's no shard economy you can get outside of, I got a lower tier item or a lower valued item, and I have to shard that to get an exotic shard. I think that's a huge misstep on their part because it makes part of the exotic infusion and exotic acquiring exotics kind of frustrating.
Yeah, Zur is totally antiquated. Like, it's too easy now, I think, kind of. You are running out of strange coins, but it's a little too easy. I think this is where it stems from, and so they don't want to just sell the exotics in there because they feel like, it's just too easy. But like that's where it is. Like, your point was really good, Jose. Like 280 for like Zur.
It's strange.
So wait, my only solution, like, by the way, I'm dying for a 300 or 310 heavy, like dying for it, and all I can do is raid. I have no other solution really. Like,
they're like, we want multiple solutions, and the only solution is to raid again. It's like you're making the same design mistakes,
and that's like requiring you to go in with 6 people, etc. And Zur only shows up for a few days, so throw me a bone,
But I do want to say that I think the thinking behind Zur is that they are throwing you a bone. That this character will show up with an exotic. Like, I think for us it's a letdown because we are constantly playing the game. But I think that Zur has somewhat transformed into an element of Destiny that is for people who are not playing every day.
Yeah,
I think
some of the younger Guardians in the office are really
That's why it's
excited,
antiquated. It no longer works for us, really. Like, last week works for me. I wanted Hereafter. I was actually really happy with that. We gave him a lot of crap last week for those who already had Hereafter or didn't like it or whatever. But that was actually a pretty good lineup. I got the Warlock had a good week last week with him. But it's the only one since the release that I felt that it was strong.
Well, and he's also, like, for example, this week, and again, I think this only affects me, but he has, for example, an exotic chest, I believe. It's not Legacy. That is straight up like an engram you can get from him.
Yeah, it's an exotic chest.
The classes in Destiny, at least this time around, there aren't a ton of exotic chest pieces. So, like, if you're a Titan,
I have all the armor things for the Titan. I'm missing one chest on my Warlock, the cool one.
I just think so I would say to bring back some freshness for Zur, I think he just needs items that will not drop in the world. I think something that or a handful of items that only Zur
something
can
truly
bring you.
Unique, like your specific
Zur-specific item. And some people may balk at that, but I do think that it is all I'm buying from him is 3 a coin. I check his inventory, and if it's something I don't
you got nothing, 3 a coin.
That's the irony, right?
Yeah.
Like you were getting at it before. Like you're way better off like doing 3 of coins. So if anything, you just need to buy a bunch of that and then go away from Zur.
Exactly.
That's the only thing he's good for. Not the only thing.
Yeah,
but
Zur. Why are you even here?
Man,
just give me my 3
Agent of the
coins.
9, your worm face.
Yeah, and bring back the exotic shard. Let him sell it for motes. I think that I need those shards. I know that the kiosk has made it easier to acquire exotics because if you have the legendary marks and you have, the currency or whatever's required, you can have that. But I do think that shard economy is somewhat just not good right now.
So I want to go back to where I still think it really stems from, though, is the light level as well. Like, I mean, I guess I take back that maybe it's just that it's too easy to get. I think the light level for us, like when you think about it, like I have no reason to buy, whatever the helm today. Like it's a great Warlock helm. It's the Ahamkara.
But you have it. Yeah.
Well, I have the year 1.
So you can just
that's
buy
right. I can
it
already
for
buy
marks.
it. But that's the point. It's a 280, and I need more light level for the hard raid. I have no incentive to do it, but I think if he was selling 310s, now I'm excited.
You really think though he should sell 310s? Wouldn't that be?
This is the
potential?
question.
Now that the light
How about
level is
300?
320.
300.
How about
maybe.
a 302
Maybe.
or a 304? Like there's some. Do I have 305? Do I have 306?
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
think 300s would be okay.
But see, but this is a big question. Like he only shows up once a week with something that maybe you can buy. Like I got a 3 coins drop the other night, and it was like for the hunter, and I'm a warlock, and I was just like.
But then that's what you shard, and that's how you're getting shards now.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but I
or
do
infuse it, infuse a loose.
But I would like to throw out there, and Destin, tell me if you'd rather talk about it in another episode. But don't you guys just have a ton of legendary marks that seem like there's not much to do
Not
because of the
after
light
Iron
level?
Banner. Not after Iron Banner.
Okay.
I actually was struggling to get enough to buy the sidearm, and I got it like at the last second, and then I went in to play again, and I never got the character-specific class items, which was really frustrating. They actually said it was a bug. Which was
A loot drop.
It was
loot
a drop.
drops
I mean,
bug.
Nightfall, similar bug, right?
That was
Like-
Lars saying that, so I mean, he knows what's up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in Iron Banner, you were not getting the legendary drops that you deserved.
No, so like I buy the pulse rifle. Guess what I got for my next 2 drops? The pulse rifle, and I could have used those coins to buy the class items on my other characters. It was real. Iron Banner was really not
But
good this last time.
How many hours did you play before you were using those marks on Iron Banner?
Well, you have to get to rank 5.
That's
so.
right. How many hours is that?
Well, so I played a lot the first day, and then I played the day before last, and I went to 5 like that.
Was it like 5 hours or 10 hours?
Probably 5.
Okay, that's actually not bad. It's a little
Yeah.
Don't
faster.
forget
than
the rep
before.
bonuses
But-
help, the daily bounties
Oh,
help,
yeah.
the weekly bounty help. Like I feel like I have, as someone who hasn't played Iron Banner before, I'm
Okay, but let's call it
shameful,
5.
for shame.
Yeah.
I will say I got to 5 relatively fast.
But my point
If
that
you played near the end, it went crazy fast.
yeah, that's true. And
But
I didn't,
your point,
I didn't
sorry.
get to get it. My point is, I'm running around the tower now looking. Well, I already know what's there, but I'm wanting to buy like a 300 heavy, and I can't. And so I have to play Iron Banner for 5 hours, or my better solution is to go into the raid and cross my fingers. I mean, for shorter time. So
Yeah,
get
that's
through that
another
90
thing,
minutes
like-
or whatever. But that's my problem. Is I really just need like a heavy, and I have no solution.
and I think
I'm
one
literally
thing-
helpless. I have 200 marks. I can't do anything with them.
The Crota raid was great because it had a smart drop system, as they said, so it had a higher chance to give you something that
Oryx,
you wanted.
You mean?
Crota.
You're talking about Crota's End in Dark Below?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like that raid, when you went through, you almost always got at least one thing you wanted. You know, it was a pretty good system. I remember getting everything I needed there pretty fast. With the new raid, I'm getting a lot of duplicates.
I wanted
Duplicates
to
at a
talk
lower
about
light
that,
level.
actually. Yeah.
You know?
So I've run the raid now 5 or 6 times, I want to say. Maybe 5.
Yeah.
And completed. And the first 2 runs were magnificent. Like I was getting either things I didn't have or things at a really high level.
Same,
The
first
Diminishing
2
returns.
runs.
Yeah, and then every run since has been the moldering
shell.
shards disappointment
Yeah.
hole, and I just
Oh,
I'm
and
still
why
having
does he
fun.
take your moldering shards and give you nothing? Like, why is that a role option?
Well,
you
and that's
know?
where I wanted to take it. I
Yeah.
think one thing we have not talked about on this show is that the raid King's Fall is fantastic, and I'm so glad to play heroic
Really
this
great raid.
weekend.
Yeah.
But the drop system at the raid right now is really disappointing, and I'm still having a great time because I try not to just put I don't value my time in Destiny by the drops that I'm getting. I also value the co-op time by, hey, I'm having a good time with my friends. Like that's how I evaluate at least the kind of fun I'm having. But
Yeah.
I shouldn't be running through the raid 3 times in a row and be surrounded, including myself, by disappointment.
Yeah.
Because we're like, man, we downed Golgoroth faster than we ever have.
Yep.
And no, everyone just got moldering shards for it. And I was like, what?
To reel it back into the topic at hand, we're talking about how to improve Xur. Like
sorry
we're talking about the raid because Xur is really not that interesting. The raid is really the only way to get your 310s.
Yeah.
You know, and
exactly.
up your gear.
And that's why I
and
mentioned the marks, right? I feel like I have only the solution to go into the raid and cross my fingers. And now, like, to get to the heroic raid, like, I'm just not ready for it, and there's not much I can do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to spend 10 hours again, like.
Hoping to get. I'm at like 305 max light. That's my max light. So I might be able to do heroic on one of my characters. All my alts are like 300, 301.
308.
Nice.
Yeah.
But the point is, and congratulations for all you out there being like, that's so easy for me to get to 308.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I
you're
know
just
you're out there.
lucky. You're lucky.
well, it's a
It wasn't
combo.
skill. Yeah.
Some of it's luck. Some of it is people.
Hey, let's keep the gloves above the waist.
Sorry.
Some of it is people spend a tremendous amount of time. But yeah, I'm not there because I never got my heavy drop. And it's just been like several raids now that I just didn't get it. The point is, it goes back to like year one kind of complaints that I've always had. Like, I can't just sit down and know that in 6 hours or 7, that if I spend it, that I can go join the raid.
Yeah.
The heroic raid.
And
Like,
there's only one
don't
avenue
know.
to get those 310s. It's the raid.
So wait, to pull us back to Xur for a second,
Yeah.
is anyone using the material to re-roll their gear?
No.
The glass
I
needles,
bought it, but I have no reason to use it.
Why not?
I have good rolls on my gear.
Okay.
You know?
Same problem?
I have had no interest in doing that right now. Like, I think
Yeah.
it's great mechanic, but like that doesn't get me to 310. You see the problem?
Yeah.
So that's why it's okay. Great, my intellect's up a little
Quest
more.
for
like-
Yeah,
310
right.
with
no, it's
starring
real
Fran
today.
Mirabella.
That's why I'm freaking out. I'm like, I'm now serious, like left behind. You know, it sucks. Like, so anyway,
So,
maybe what I can do is get in the hard raid and in the first drop, you know, like hopefully I get like a 310 or 20.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But I think you're right in that they need another avenue for 300 plus gear.
They really,
It shouldn't
They
just
do.
be the
They
raid.
do.
They absolutely do.
it's the same mistake as year one with Vault.